Hey you guys, it's Moonlander back with another horror movie on Netflix review. And today we're going to be looking at a movie called Satanic.
What is happening? Don't you see? We all made the choice.
This movie's directed by Jeffrey Hunt, and most of his filmography is television. And it's written by Anthony Jazwansky, and he wrote The Shallows, and I thought that was a dreadfully boring movie. Satanic's about a group of 4 friends that go on a sightseeing trip in California, and the 2 of the friends seem to be interested in satanic stuff, so they kind of drag these other 2 along with them, and they go around visiting sites of satanic happenings or murders.
God, were people really murdered here?
Bloody and cold.
Say Charlie.
Charlie!
And they end up staying in a hotel room where a woman committed suicide in a satanic ritual. After they visit places such as the Tate House and a satanic church, they decide to go to a satanic gift shop. And they're not warmly received by the shopkeeper when they go in there. And anyway, after they get kicked out of the store, they decide that they're going to follow the shopkeeper when he closes. They follow him to his house, and when they get there, they just happen to be performing some ritual in which they're holding a knife to a young girl's throat. And they interrupt the ritual and they escape, and they end up meeting up with the girl the next day. And she appears to be homeless, so they invite her to stay in their hotel room. And she ends up being worse than the Satanists, and she gets this group of friends involved in a satanic ritual that ends up leading them to their impending doom. So I'm going to start with the bad things about this movie, because there isn't really much good to say here. The worst part of this movie is the characters. The dialogue between characters just makes you cringe. There's when they were shopping in the satanic gift shop, one of the guys asked the girls how wet she is when she's looking at a satanic book. I mean, it's just absolutely repulsive. All the dialogue throughout the whole movie is just disgusting. It's one thing to have disgusting characters, but these characters were just bad all around. They just were written really poorly. And the worst thing about this movie is you sit through it waiting to watch these awful characters get what they deserve. And I don't think it's much of a spoiler, because I really am going to warn you not to even bother watching this. But if you don't want to know, I mean, I guess just close out of the video. But instead of being treated to watching these people get murdered, they just disappear one by one. And I found the end of this movie to be really lame. The only good thing I can say about this movie is at least it was fun watching my wife's facial reactions to the cringy dialogue. My final thoughts on this movie is it's completely a piece of trash. I wouldn't suggest this movie to anyone. I don't know if it was supposed to be scary. If it was, they did a terrible job of it. So I'm going to give this movie a 2 out of 10. And the only reason I give it a 2 instead of a 1 is because I did have an enjoyable time watching this with my wife, because it did make me chuckle how bad the writing was and how cringy the characters were. Alright, you guys, we'll see you on the next review. And please like, comment, and subscribe. See you next time.